From coal to food, demographic shifts in Pakistan have led to a dramatic maturation of the local resources sector. Now, my next guest company has played an important role in this evolution. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Dawood. Now, according to your 2011 sustainability reports, you have achieved very high dispatch rates and as a result seen a lot of strong performance in your sector. Now, can you tell me what the energy outlook is for your country right now?
The energy situation is quite desperate. Reasons are that the total generation within the country is inadequate. In addition to that, you have a situation in which the amount that is being generated is not efficient. So in other words, you have a capacity, but you're not able to utilize the full capacity because of the inefficiencies that are within the system. So in other words, the overall net availability declines further. So we have a situation where in the country, there should be about 18,000 megawatts of generating power, and you never goes beyond 14,000. So there are challenges from that viewpoint. In addition to that, when you look at the population growth that is taking place, and the fact that there is a rising expectation, particularly because of the increasing middle class, the demand for energy is going up also. So you've got a double whammo. One is the population, and the other one is the expectations and the demand for power is going up. And that is compounding the overall demand-supply situation. The delta is getting larger. If we look at the growth of the population, according to the United Nations, Pakistan will be doubling its population by 2050. In other words, we'll be at 350 million people or more. In such a situation, the energy challenge becomes even greater. And the Prime Minister has indicated in one of his speeches that he thinks that we'll have to go as high as 50,000 megawatts of power generation, which is a significant distance from where we are today, from 18 to 50,000, because it will entail a lot of investments.
So do you think that the government, in making this speech and declaring essentially that there really has to be more of a ramping up of efforts, is doing its part?
Well, I think his understanding is correct. However, to go about and create this type of, you've got to be able to attract foreign investments. Where do you get the foreign investments from? And this is the great challenge. He's been very successful in going over to China and encouraging them to take interest in investing. The Chinese are coming forward in a very significant way to invest in the energy sector of Pakistan. We ourselves are deeply involved with the Chinese in developing energy resources in several investments rather than a single one.
You are operating in a country that unfortunately has seen a lot of political instability in the last decade. Has that instability in any way detracted attention from your company's efforts locally?
You have to realize there is an eternal law of economics, and that is that returns have to match risk. It's a natural law, and nobody's able to manipulate that in any way. So when you have this type of political instability, naturally the rates of return go up because the risk factors are higher. The second thing you must realize is that you can't make money if everything's bland. You make money in ups and downs. So you want some movement within the marketplace. And that's what provides the interest, the excitement. In
those up periods when you're kind of peaking, you must be thinking about expansion goals or taking the company forward because the market is working in your favor. Tell me about some of those expansion plans.
Pakistan has the 5th largest coal deposits in the world. It's called a Thar coal field. It's 175 billion tons of coal. And we have a block there of 2 billion tons. And that block is capable of supporting 4,000 megawatts of power for 50 years. It's a 2 billion ton block. So we're developing that. We're developing not only the mining, there's the power generation which is to come from that. We are already the largest power generators in the country. We do about 12% of the total country's power generation. And with this, we'll be able to make a further contribution.
It's a very exciting time, it sounds like, for your company. Mr. Dawood, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's been a great pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.